in the morning. You got me up all cause you need to talk. To 4 in the evening. Wanna break up, say that you've had enough. I'm tired of talking again and again. Argue about everything. You are my darling. This kiss and make up, I know you wanna touch.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm joined by gorgeous Ashley, who is my model, and Elizabeth, who is a makeup artist, who is off camera. We are going to be comparing two cameras today. I'm going to be shooting on the new Canon EOS R5 and the 5D Mark IV, which is my old camera that I use nowadays. I'm going to be comparing the two cameras. I'm going to be looking at them side by side. We're going to be taking some nice photos. Before we get into this video, make sure to check the girls out. I'm going to link them down in the description below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell button to not miss any of my future uploads. And let's get right into the video. Cool, so that's our first setup. We're just shooting backlit. I'm shooting on the R5. I'm going to start with this, and then I'm going to switch into the Canon 5D Mark IV. So, yeah, it's actually nice when it kind of like almost like wraps around you, so don't worry about it if it is kind of, yeah, so it's like super dreamy. No. So I'm shooting on 800 f2.8. Gorgeous. Can you step back into the backdrop? Yeah, perfect, thank you. Beautiful. Yes, lovely. Sorry, I'll just be a bit more here. Yeah, beautiful. Gorgeous. So we're getting like a really soft light. We're shooting with the R5. I'm shooting with the viewfinder because it's just way easier to see in the sun, because it's just very bright here, and I'm like the sun is shining directly at me, so I can't really see the screen very well. So just shooting like that with the viewfinder is just way easier for me. Beautiful. So now I'm grabbing my trusty 5D Mark IV that I always shoot on, and we're gonna shoot with this one. I'll just see what the settings are. 800 2.8. Okay. Photos look similar, but beautiful. Yeah, that's lovely. So with the R5, when I look through the viewfinder, I see the photos the way they're going to look with the exposure. With this one, because it's not a electronic viewfinder, I obviously just see the way things are, and then I see the final product on the back of the screen. If you like how my images look and you like how I color grade them, make sure to check out my preset packs. I have two new out, light medium and medium dark. They are available on my website anitasadowska.eu, and you can get a little discount code in the description below. Make sure to check them out. And now let's get back into the video. One thing that I definitely noticed straight away between the 5D Mark IV and the R5 is the size of the new lens for the R5. I'm shooting on the 24-70 2.8 on my Canon for years now. I don't have any other lenses because I don't really use any. So when I took the R5 for rent, I basically got it with the 28-70 f2. And it's a really beautiful lens, but it's also absolutely massive. I checked the size online, and it's actually 600 grams heavier than the original 24-70, which is quite a big difference actually. Interestingly enough though, the bodies themselves, the body of the R5 is lighter and the 5D Mark IV is heavier, so it does kind of balance out where you know, they both kind of weigh the same thing when you put the whole set together. But it's definitely something to keep in mind, that the lens is just really chunky, and I'm not sure why, but it's a beautiful lens, but it is extremely heavy. So okay, we're back to R5. The files on this cameras are actually quite big, so just have to be a bit more aware of space. That's gorgeous, yeah. So I'm like 1250th of a second, f2.8. Now I can look into the screen instead of the viewfinder because it's not as bright. Gorgeous. I love the colors. It looks so pretty. Beautiful. Yeah, it's really nice. Obviously with the gorgeous with the other camera, massive advantage is that, can we have this one out a tiny bit more so you're not like as squeezed basically? Yeah, perfect. Yes, gorgeous. So yeah, the advantage of the other camera is the focusing point. It's very efficient. This guy is more of a like one point and you have to keep changing, so it's not ideal, but it is still pretty good. One major upgrade I've noticed between the R5 and the 5D Mark IV is definitely the focusing system. There is absolutely no doubt about it. The R5 is really precise. It's really fast. It doesn't miss the focus because it's also an automatic focus. I don't have to select focus points because you have face detection and eye detection, and it's so good coming from someone who shot on 5D Mark IV for 6 years now. It's definitely a major upgrade in the camera. Yes, gorgeous. Oh, the sun's gone now. So this is definitely helpful when I'm shooting through the viewfinder, that I can see exactly what the exposure is, if the light changes and so on. I'm able to basically adjust the light as it changes, so it's definitely very helpful. Yeah, gorgeous. Yeah, beautiful. Really lovely. Beautiful, yeah. I'm shooting on 4,000 of a second, 2.8 at the moment. Gorgeous, yes. Sometimes it is kind of hard to tell if I'm exposing properly or if it needs to be a bit darker, so that's the only thing, because I'm not really depending as much on the back of the screen, which is definitely something to keep in mind. That's gorgeous. Yeah, I love that. I'll take the same on the other camera, wherever the camera is. So for this shoot I wanted it to be very soft, very like romantic. Here the focus is definitely upgraded. I mean, from the 5D Mark IV, it's been a while since I've had this camera, so it's definitely something to consider. It definitely works way more efficient. However, there are still issues with not having the correct color profiles and the colors being slightly different in editing and so on. So it's definitely one thing that is a big question mark for me, because gorgeous. Because I am so used to my own colors and used to having things certain ways, so when I can't get it, it is very concerning, and I do kind of almost have to rework my style. In terms of post-production, I was able to color grade the images from both cameras pretty easily. There wasn't as much of a difference. With the R5, as I mentioned in my previous video, I had to download special profiles because Lightroom doesn't do profiles for those cameras yet, which is quite disappointing, but you know, it is what it is. I'm going to link the ones that I downloaded down below. I'm not sponsored, I just had to purchase them myself. They are $15, but they are definitely worth it because they make a huge difference. So between that, once I had those profiles, I was able to use my presets again, and I was able to use it on both photos, and they turned out quite nice. And I feel like the final outcome between the images are actually quite similar. I think the biggest thing that struck me between both cameras was just the sharpness of the image in the R5 versus my 5D Mark IV. The focusing is definitely a huge upgrade, and it's definitely something to consider when you're buying. It's definitely something that is a big selling point for me, as well as the really beautiful video. So I'm definitely all for the R5. So this is the second look. Beautiful. Super nice. So this is the second look. We just have like a white body, and then the dress, or the skirt with the, yeah, beautiful. Yes, that's beautiful. Cool, and I'll take a few on this one just before. So just keep that pose the same if that's okay. Sorry, just for the comparison. Beautiful. Lovely. Yes, perfect. That's fine, don't worry about it. So I have to say, so far I'm really impressed with the video footage on this camera. The colors and everything are so gorgeous. It's going to be interesting to see how it compares with this camera, because I know the footage in this one is pretty good as well. What I love about the R5 is definitely the video. It's, I think, way smoother than my 5D Mark IV. It has much nicer colors straight from the camera. Of course, everything can be adjusted, but I had the same settings for video and it just looks so nice and crisp as well. I was shooting on 4K 50 frames per second on the R5. My Canon 5D Mark IV doesn't have that option, so I wasn't able to do the same. So yeah, it definitely depends what you need the camera for. I know that the R5 has 8K video as well. That's probably not something that I'm going to be using because I just don't have the capacity on my drives, and I just don't need 8K, but it's still a nice option to have if that's what you want. So we have a tiny little bit of a like flower situation coming through, which is actually really nice. I do like that. Yeah, beautiful. Gorgeous. Oh, I just love the colors. Super pretty. Nice. So yeah, we're getting some really nice action in the backdrop. It's really gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautiful. So for this, we're not even using any reflector or anything. We don't really need it. It's going to be very interesting to see how the camera handles. Yeah, that's really nice. How the cameras handle the light, like in actual program as well. So that's gonna be good to know. Beautiful. This is look on number 3. We have this very excessive pink dress, but I like the look. It suits the vibe. So yeah, we can be like very hippie with it, like very hippie, I guess, on this side, and then just like even if you like pull it up a tiny bit. Yes, exactly. Cool. At this point, I had my 5D Mark IV for a good few years now. I'd say 5 or 6. I don't really upgrade my gear that much. And I really start to see it weather away a tiny bit. I definitely see the focus going. I'm missing focus more and more. It's still a very reliable camera. I still love shooting with it. I think it's a real workhorse. But having it comparing next to the R5 doesn't make me really want to upgrade to the R5 because it's so new, so fast. The focusing is on point. The electronic viewfinder is really nice. The LCD screen, the video quality is also really good. It's really nice. So we're getting some really subtle like reflections or like little flowers, and it looks really nice. Okay, gorgeous. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Yeah, it's really gorgeous. So we were just a bit sick of the backdrop, so we just moved away from it and we're shooting against this lovely building. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Very nice.
What is that? One hair doing? Must be a pump.
Yeah, gorgeous. Beautiful. Pretty cool. Yes, gorgeous. Yeah, so we're shooting on a bit of a wider angle here. Stay like that. Just get down here. Okay. Overall, I have to say that when I look at the final images, I feel like both cameras did a really solid job. I feel like, you know, my 5D Mark IV has been through so much. I've had it for years. I've took so many photos with it. So I think it performs really well still, considering it's a bit of an old man at this point. But I do have to say, I do love the R5. I do love how it feels. I do love the image quality, the sharpness, all the new shiny features that Canon did. So it's definitely something that I'll consider switching to. You know, I haven't updated my gear in a very, very long time. I've had the same gear for, I'd say, 5 or 6 years. So I think I'm ready to make the switch and go mirrorless. And maybe R5 is just the one for me. Who knows? Okay, guys, this is it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Ashley, for being my beautiful model. Let me know which photos did you like more. Did you like the R5 or the 5D Mark IV? Make sure to check the girls out. They are going to be linked in the description below. And if you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.
I was looking like a fool when I met ya, all covered up in the dirt from my past. So insecure by myself when I met ya. Won't you give me any warning? I've been thinking about you day and night and day and night. To be honest, I just don't know what to do next. Cause I'm the one with a broken heart, waiting for you to come out and save me. I'm a mess, need to untangle.